Hello Lovebugs, it's me Loverrlee. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build. I believe this is like my 30th speed build, not including I did do a renovation, but not including like some let's decorate thing I've done before. But yeah, and this is probably technically it's probably like my 23rd full build, from scratch. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I mean, 23rd. Did I say 23rd? I meant 29. It doesn't matter. You guys clicked on this because you wanted to watch this one, which is about tiny homes. So I really wanted to try making my own personal attempt at a tiny home because I never actually did it. But I've watched lots and lots of little tiny, well, I say lots and lots, but I've watched Let's Builds of tiny homes before, and I wanted to try my own shot at it. Take my own crack at it. So basically, you guys, I'm sure, are familiar with the simmer James Turner. He is probably the most popular simmer next to Delicacy out there. But yeah, and just in case you haven't heard of him, he's really cool. He's done lots of different tiny builds before in the past. So those are the ones I've definitely seen before, and I wanted to attempt though making something completely not really his style of tiny homes, but actually tiny homes that I've seen actually built, which is this kind of trailer looking build, especially with that angled roof. I've seen, and a lot of them that I've seen, they're the trailer ones where you can literally hook them up. I didn't actually add wheels to them, but they're supposed to be the trailer type tiny homes where you can literally hook them up to a car or some SUV or something, can actually haul them. So that's sort of the idea. That's why I put it up on stilts, put this little back porch on it, because I've seen a lot of actual real tiny homes built that way. I used to watch a show, I forget what it was called. I haven't seen it in a long time. Tiny builds were really popular for a while, and then honestly, I feel they haven't been as popular for a little bit. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out spacing here because I wanted to actually make a tiny home community. I end up calling it Tiny Home, I think Condo Community, something like that. It will be in the end. But yeah, something like that. Tiny Home Condo Community. So I figured out I can put 5 of these side by side. I was originally going to have them across from each other, but that was a little too much. Plus, in the screenshots, it ends up looking better that way. But yeah, the idea is that these will be small homes that would fit 1 to 2 Sims with a good relationship with each other, because they're not really made for families. They're more for single people or couples. So. And the idea is that you could have the max number of Sims. You could have, I didn't make this for pets, but if you really wanted to, you could adjust these to also include pets, because I did use Pets Pack. I just didn't put pet supplies in there for your Sim. But yeah, so the idea is just that, it would be for your single Sims, may or may not have a cat or a dog or something like that, or then a couple, ideally a young couple who's maybe just starting out, who aren't ready for kids just yet, so they decided to live in this little small community of tiny homes. Try to do, there'd be environmentally conscious Sims who kind of they're trying to reduce their impact on the environment and stuff like that. So that was the idea, at least, is to have these tiny homes. And the fact that, because there's 5 homes, and then you can have up to 8 Sims or cats and dogs or something like that, then it would be really interesting to play, I think, in a lot like this, because then you could lock each door, so that way it would be they would each have their own little space, but then sometimes you can invite them over, your neighbors over and stuff. There's a lot of potential there, I think, for fun play. But yeah, I had actually a lot of fun even just play testing it, just to make sure everything worked. There were a few things that I had to readjust that I didn't get real footage of. So like you guys will see from this, from the speed, you know, recording versus from, you know, the the final picture screenshots, you'll see I end up having to like adjust that little bathroom I just built there slightly. Now I'm working on readjusting these windows because I really wanted that corner bathroom because I feel like it fit so well, and then that way I could get in that little office kind of in that little nook thing. But yeah, honestly, luckily for me, not too much actually. Not much has changed from this speed. So yeah, as you can see, I'm like trying to figure out the bathroom here. I do have to nudge over the toilet and the sink just slightly, but it's hardly noticeable. So luckily that wasn't a big deal. And then like even those stairs downstairs, like that couch under the stairs totally works. The other thing is though, unfortunately, all these dressers, I really wanted to have dressers. They just do not fit. I really wanted to figure out some way to incorporate like a dresser at the end of the table. It looks as though you should be able to get through there, but sadly they can't. You know, if it were real, obviously that wouldn't be an issue. So yeah, it's just sadly some things just you can't do in The Sims. If you really don't mind doing that, you could always put it back and like just have your sim teleport between there, that little area that they can't quite squeeze past. That's always an option. Or you could also, if you don't want the TV there instead, you could probably put that dresser there instead of the TV. It's just that the Sims can't, they don't understand that they're going underneath the TV past the dresser. Like they don't get it. So, but that, yeah, sadly that's the one thing that didn't really work. But luckily everything else did, because I actually, when I was speed building this, totally forgot to bring in a sim to play test it while building. So luckily there wasn't too much out of this. Like this was a pretty good layout, I'd say. I was really proud of the way this actually turned out. And I say that in every one of my speed builds, but I really was like that TV, like they can sit on the couch and watch a TV and listen to music. And it's just like, I feel like this layout is really, really good. The one thing that I have seen other like similar tiny houses like that are actually in real life, the one thing I couldn't squeeze into this tiny little apartment size 2-story tiny home was a shower. Or I mean, not a shower. I got a shower in there, sorry. They can definitely wash themselves, but I wasn't able to get a bathtub. Also couldn't use this little lamp, which I loved, but it just looked like it would like, see, I'm trying to put it somewhere. Like it could technically go there, but it just kind of broke up the room weird. So like, if you want that little lamp there too, technically you could put it where it is. You can see there. I'm just trying to like zoom in and like see the, it kind of just messes with the flow of being able to, when you walk through that door, see the back, like the very back of it as the kitchen. So, but yeah, otherwise I'm really proud of like the way this, the layout ended up being too. Now I'm getting in all of these gardening things. Now I don't think I may have given this lot good soil. I can't recall, but this, and that's another thing. So again, this is really intended for Sims who want very low impact on the environment. Oh, see that dress? I really wanted that dresser, that double dresser. So yeah, there are a few things that I couldn't put into this build that I want to attempt probably another tiny build at some point, just to add in like a bathtub and like a better dresser. But that will definitely, that's all, you know, wishful thinking. But yeah. See, now I'm also disappointed because those dressers had such nice swatches. Like, honestly, I should have probably just kept the dressers in because they match so beautifully to that mirror and like to the bedding and stuff. I should have probably just taken out that TV, to be fair. Now I have regrets because we already have a TV downstairs. Like we have a full big screen TV downstairs. Like how many TVs do these Sims need, right? But yeah, I decided against it. Honestly, I feel like that's a call that you guys can make too. If you want to go ahead and replace that TV with the dresser, I'm pretty sure then the bathroom would still be accessible. Now, that was one thing. This little item I just put up, this broom and what do you call that? Broom and pan, I guess they call it. Yeah. I don't know. Dustpan, yeah. Like the broom and dustpan I just put up, that reminds me that that is the only item that I used with laundry. So that is one other thing that I could not squeeze in this tiny build, even though it's two stories, is a laundry machine. So that is on the to-do list in a next build, possibly, is a little tiny washer and dryer stacked. But yeah, that item is the only item I used from laundry day stuff. So if you don't have laundry day stuff, don't worry about it. You can still totally download this. It just won't have that one little item of a dustpan and broom, which I just thought was just so cute. It fit so perfectly over there by that counter. Just fit in that tiny little crevice so perfectly. But yeah, and of course you guys probably can't tell what I'm talking about because I'm like totally working on upstairs curtains right now while I'm saying that. But yeah, there it is. You can see right there again. See the little corner of the counter? And it just fits, it tucked in there so perfectly. I just had to use it. And again, it had recolors because the whole idea of these little mini homes is that they're each going to have their own recolors. So here I am finally copying it all over. I feel like I've finally got all the interiors of the one done properly. So I'm copying everything over. And yeah, again, like I said, I fixed that bathroom. I don't fix it on recording screen, but I will end up fixing it and replacing it properly. And the link that I will have always in the description of the build, whichever speed build I'm working on, I always have the link to the build in the description below. That one is the proper one that is fully updated, so no worries there. But yeah, so I really wanted to make this like super like green and like environmentally conscious. So I tried to like make it so that like each of these condos that you buy are supposed to be like they each get their own little garden patches. So basically, and you can have like, as in you can live off this. Like this is supposed to be in the middle of the woods. This one little sanctuary. You know, like the idea would be that the roof would also be like solar panels or something like that. And then they would have their own little like 6 garden plots right outside their door to like grow their own self-sustaining food and everything like that. And don't ask me how they get Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi, you know. I don't know, but that's the idea, right? Here I am obviously just going through and recoloring everything. So like I said, the idea was that each of these little tiny homes is going to have their own signature color. So I've color coded each of these homes. So obviously, like we started off with everything. I think it was like a blue, teal blue. Then we went to like I did a pink one, I did a yellow one, I did a green one, and finally a red one there. So that each one feels like its own little home, even though they're exactly identical with all the stuff that you get inside them. They will each be their own little house. So you can assign your Sims to each house by locking the front door there and being like, this is somebody's house, that they have the red house, you know, or something like that. So that's the idea there. Yeah, just refix it. For whatever reason, when I placed them, they just didn't have the staircases. I think it's because I had to place each room individually to make it properly that way. But yeah, so yeah, here we go. This is it. And originally I did save for my own personal use a tiny home, like just the one, just to kind of check what the cost of the one tiny home was, and it was something like $33K. So the idea is that, you know, if your sim wants to move in with a bunch of friends, let's say, right, and they all want to share this tiny home community, you know, you could pretend like, yeah, each sim or sim couple, each sim's having that house are supposed to bring about $33K to the table in order to afford to purchase this lot. Yeah, so here are the screenshots, you guys. I think it turned out so lovely. As you can see, even the front porch little seats out front are all individually colored. And this is, see, as you can see, the sim, she's able to sit under the stairs just fine, no issues there, able to open the fridge, able to use all of these appliances in the kitchen, even with the shelves above. And this is the, little nook, the computer nook there. And this is what it looks like coming through. Yeah, I'm just showing you all the color variations from here. But yeah, when you go to download this, it does require every expansion pack, but I really tried to limit myself to just every expansion pack. So you've got base game and the 4 expansion packs, not seasons. This isn't seasons yet. So we've got, all 4 expansion packs. What is it? So base game, let me try to remember. It was get to work, get together, cats and dogs, and one other one I'm forgetting. Oh no, there's another one. I know it. What's the other one? Shoot. You guys, I'm failing my little quiz. Anyway, this is showing off all the different colors, like I said. Oh, City Living. Those chairs came from City Living. There we go. That's, poof. All right, my favorite chairs in the game came from City Living. So those are all the expansion packs you need. And then like I said, the only reason you would need laundry day stuff is not for a washer dryer in unit in any of these, but just for that little dustpan and broom because it looked so cute over there. So yeah, like I said, I'm really proud of this. This is like my first tiny home build attempt, and I will definitely be making at least one more attempt at tiny building. Like I said, trying to get, so yeah, this is the picture afterwards. So I just had to switch the toilet and that little decorative item next to it. So now the toilet and the sink work properly and she can get in there and use all the facilities. And none of your Sims will be peeing themselves unless they are one of the Sims that are locked out of the home. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, but yeah, like I said, really proud of this one. We'll be making tiny builds in the future. One with potentially a bathtub, one with potentially a washer, dryer, and unit, and stuff like that. But anyway, you can download this on the gallery. Tiny Home Condo Community is what it's called. It's under #Loverrlee or my EAID, which is The Last Love Bites. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a lovely day.